Hello everyone, it is the 10th day of preparedness today. We are almost to 12 days of preparedness, which means we are almost to the live book launch event this coming Wednesday. We were just going through a calendar this morning and I was thinking about this event and what I was going to be talking about and teaching, and I'm getting really excited about it. But this chapter, I have to tell you, is one of my very favorites because it is about cooking in an emergency. And you know, one of the keys to cooking is practicing. I wish the smells in my kitchen right now could come all the way through my phone to you, because we have some amazing things cooking in our home right now. I have, let's see, I'll just show you a few things. Don't mind my messy kitchen. So some delicious sourdough rolls and bread that are gonna go with the turkey dinner tonight. Look at that delicious turkey cooking in there. I have some sweet potatoes ready to go. I have some turkey stock and mashed potatoes. This is leftovers from yesterday. This is some delicious ham and bean soup that is just absolutely amazing. And this is the other odd thing in my kitchen right now. I just checked my miso pot. That is miso that I've been making for the last 9 months. I put it in March, so it has about 3 months left to go. We like to let it sit for about a year, but I just checked that today to see how it was tasting. So this odd assortment of things going on in my kitchen is really something that I encourage you to do. If you're going to be able to use the food that you've stored in an emergency, you have to know how to cook it. So you have to practice. You actually have to practice cooking to be able to know how to do that. So I encourage you, just try some simple things. Just start easy. You don't have to do a meal like I've got going on in my kitchen right now, you know, to be able to know how to cook, but you do need to know some simple things. For example, that bean soup. What I did is I started it the night before. In fact, I was already in bed and I told my husband, oh my gosh, I forgot to soak the beans. Got out of bed, went and found the beans, soaked the beans overnight. Then we cooked it all day long into this most delicious bean soup. Well, a lot of the stored foods in your food storage are dried beans, dried grains, those sorts of things, and you need to know what to do with them. Not only from you want to be able to taste, you know, make them taste decent, but you need to actually make them nutritious. There's something called phytic acid that's on the outside of every bean and grain, and what that does is if we don't soak it away or sprout it or ferment it, do something to it before we cook it, it makes it so the nutrients aren't available inside those legumes or those grains. So there's just some little tips and tricks that I share in this chapter about how to get the most out of the food that you've stored. Not only that, but how to use the food and use it well so that it can be nutritious, that you can do it in a short amount of time, because honestly, during an emergency, the last thing you need to do is be spending the entire day in the kitchen, and how to cook it without electricity. So I've given you a lot of different options for ways to cook things without electricity, for ways to store things without a refrigerator, fuel that you're going to need to do that, for ways to preserve without electricity, a lot of different things that you're going to need to know how to do with food, because as we all know, food brings us happiness, food brings us health, food brings us strength, food brings us a lot. You've stored it, we've talked about that, but now you need to know how to cook it. I even talk about how to take care of, how to use wheat, whether you have a wheat grinder or not, and a whole bunch of recipes. So chapter 10, I call the beast because it is enormous and there's so much information in here, but it's things you need to know to be able to survive during an emergency. So I hope that you've taken advantage of this time to buy the book. I saw that people are going to get it before I even do, so it's coming to them on Amazon. A whole bunch of you bought it, which I'm so excited about. Hope you love it. And buy the book. Get ready for the book launch event next Wednesday, where we're going to kick things off, and then we're going to be starting free classes all year long to supplement what you're learning as you go through these 12 steps of preparedness. So I'm so excited for you to join me, and have a great day. I know we are going to, because I can't wait for this dinner that's coming out of the oven today. Have a wonderful Sunday, everyone.